Okay, it's episode 416. It is Thoughtful Friday, and boy, do we have a fantastic episode for you today. I always say that, but I truly believe that this one will resonate with so many people. Okay, when taking a task on or goal, it depends on what stage of life you are at, whether you will reach that goal, hit that goal, or knock it out of the park, or basically fall flat on your face. And it all depends on the motivation of the circumstances and the position of your life you are currently in. Let me explain. So here's a spectrum of people. There's Captain America over here. Captain America, if he starts a blog, bash, he does a fantastic blog and it starts earning money almost immediately. If he starts a business, that business will succeed. If he enters a running race, guess where he's finishing? He's finishing number one. He's the all-American, woohoo, superstar. And I say all-American because I've checked my stats, and most of my audience, believe it or not, even though I'm English, are in America, surprisingly. Right, and so Captain America, the all-star, the guy who gets shit done. Everything he does, he succeeds. We all know somebody like that. Do we not? Well, we may know someone like that. And then the other end of the spectrum is the guy who moans a lot, bitches a lot, complains, and he's always up against a wall. His back is always up against a wall. No matter what he does, it always seems like life is against him because he's moaning all the time. He's negative. He's got the negative energy. Now, we all know, I can guarantee you, you'll all know someone like that. If he starts a business, it fails. Anything he does is a struggle. If he starts running, he quits. If she or he starts a blog, it doesn't work. We all know people like that. And quite frankly, guess what? Sometimes you're in that camp and sometimes you're in Captain America's camp. And it all depends on the situation of your life right now, the circumstances of your life right now. Most of us, we reside in the middle. We're in the middle. Yes, we have some wins and yes, we have some losses, but we're in the middle. But guess what? It's when life gets tough, when you're really up against the wall, that is when you will achieve your goals. When you need to do it, when you have to do it, that is when you will be motivated to get that task done, to win that contract, to get that blog post going. It's like me. So I've got some examples here. I was spending so much money on so I've got a new house, and we were spending so much money on this new house. I wanted to get the man cave done. I wanted to get a football pitch, a 3D football pitch in the garden. And I was thinking, holy moly, I'm spending a lot of money here. And guess what that meant? It meant that I was super, super motivated. I needed to earn extra money. I looked at my storage podcast and I thought, right, okay, how can I get money out of this podcast? And with that podcast, boom, $2,000 a month, because I monetized the product. I monetized the storage podcast. I looked at my storage business. How could I save money? Boom, we saved £600. So maybe $900 a month we saved. And it was because my back was up against the wall. I was motivated in some respect. I was motivated because I was spending so much money. So I was motivated. I had to bring money in. And so therefore, I saved money and I made extra money with the storage podcast. However, before that, I was more in the spectrum of being the negative Nelly. Why? Because I wasn't motivated to make money from a storage podcast. I could have made money from a storage podcast 6 months earlier, a year earlier, but I didn't. Why didn't I? Because I didn't need to. I didn't need to, so it didn't make me motivated. And so therefore, at that stage in my life, I was more in the negative Nelly's camp, not getting shit done, not achieving my goals. And then when I needed to do something, bosh, I suddenly found an extra $3,000, $2,900 per month from somewhere because I was motivated. I had a reason for my goal. So we all need reasons for the goal. What else? If I've got it here, if I still lived in the other house, I wasn't bothered to do it because I didn't need to. Life was comfortable. The mortgage was 5 times less. And so I didn't need to do anything. I wasn't pushing myself. 5 times the extra mortgage, and bosh, all of a sudden spending extra money, I need to earn that money from somewhere. So I became motivated because my circumstances changed. So when your circumstances change, your motivation changes. So I need you to ask yourself the question, how can you change your circumstances to motivate you? How can you motivate yourself? What can you do? If you can't pay your mortgage and the rent, I bet that this next weekend you are working 12-hour days to make money. You are motivated. The key is to find your motivation. So when you're in the middle of that spectrum, what you need to do, like most of us, we live in the middle of that spectrum. Some things are successful, some things are negative Nelly. So what we need to do when we're in the middle, we need to find our motivation. What will motivate you? And you need to lean into that and push yourself. I really love this episode because it's so true. Most of us are in the middle. We're not under pressure to pay the rent, to pay the mortgage. But when we need to, that is when we go all Captain America on your ass. So how can you motivate yourself to become Captain America when you're in the middle? Because most of us right now are in the middle. Most of the people listening to this podcast, I would say you're either in the middle or you're venturing towards Captain America most of the time. But wouldn't it be cool to be Captain America all the time? Oh, yeah. So what can we do? How can we do it? We need to find that motivation, my friends. I found my motivation, and I want you guys to as well, because once you find that motivation, holy shit, it feels good. It feels fantastic. It feels like you're unstoppable when you have a reason behind you. So you need to find that reason, guys. You need to find that motivation. Love it. All right, my friends, tomorrow is book review day. Don't know what book we're reviewing, so check it out tomorrow. It might be a good book. It might not be. I don't know. All right, guys, have a wonderful Friday. Hope it's some food for thought for you guys. Bye-bye.